Yeah, my shirt just says it all. Welcome everyone to third. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to do this one after. I don't really like want to take time between the two. Like if I want to do like a series, I want to try doing like in between. Want to take time. Except it's snowy. But of course we have new Hunger Games, and I thought, let's put some of the most popular couples that like put through. Then realized I could just ask everyone what couple they want, and I'll just put it in. That easy. And of course today we are doing 30 people. And of course instead of the most popular ones of like Rasputin, The Bride, Sia Nova and The Traveler, Lita and Cygnus, and of course I also wanted to put in The Way because Arya got robbed. Arya and Mark got robbed. I feel like I need to bring them back. I wanted to only include duets only, so no like confirmed things like I could put Kat and Keenan together, but not a good idea because they're technically broken apart. They broke up. So we're not including that. I didn't want to include like Despacito or Cheerleader because they would have been in too if I would have done them. And I did not want to include the ones in One Last Time except for one, which is Vampire, because I knew people were wanting that too. I would feel like people would want that too. I wanted to include duets so we clearly can tell if they are duet together. However, we do need to introduce our troops, our contestants, whatever it's called. Now, let's introduce our things, and like always, and similar to the other time, I literally made up names. Asterisk, got it right this time, means that it is confirmed. It is not confirmed, it is just a made up name. Most of them being by yours truly, but we'll get to that. So first of all, we got Liv and Blake from Bring Me to Life. So there was only one comment talking about this one. Like a few of these, most of them all have one except for one of them, which is later down the line. But of course, I had to include Bring Me to Life. I was going to include them in like my original idea before it's signed. You know what? I'll just ask the audience. Calm Down was not one of them, though. I didn't really much care for Calm Down, but I do understand why why someone wanted this, because it is technically a love song. But to me, it didn't feel mostly iconic. Like, I do enjoy the song, but even though I mostly listen to the one with Selena Gomez, I still enjoy it. It's just broken, which is why I rarely do it. Chandelier, which is actually how you pronounce it. Someone actually wanted this, and they don't know how to pronounce it, so if you're wondering, or how to spell it, there you go. That's how you spell Chandelier. Obviously, I don't know much foreign language, and that might not be how you pronounce it, but I literally, like, for some weird reason, pronouncing it with accent, and I don't know why. I feel like it is pronounced Chandelier, but I don't know. Oh, I forgot to talk about why I chose Kira and Lewis for Chandelier. Kira and Lewis are actually referenced to Shakira and Juan, or aka Maluma. So Kira is obviously the latter part of Shakira, and Lewis is actually the second part of Maluma's name. But I also wanted to do Lewis because it is the name of like Louis Fonsi, even though Chandelier has nothing to do with Louis Fonsi. I know it's from the same exact game as Despacito, but hey, who cares at this point? Then I'm Good Blue, Haku and Bo Blue, obviously. Now here's the ones I actually wanted to include, which was Lita and Cygnus for In Your Eyes Remix. The reason I chose In Your Eyes Remix is because even though Lita is the main coach, and I put her as her darkest hour, I'll talk about that in a moment. Even though Lita is the main coach, Cygnus actually appears alongside Dancing with Lita in the map. Additionally, Lita, I put as her darkest hour one, is because it feels like it would be sometime between, like, the canonic order that we have is Murder on the Dance Floor, In Your Eyes, and then Darkest Hour / Sweet Dreams, and then the entire story mode. I put her as her Darkest Hour one. Next one is, I had to shorten the name to Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny. Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini. We have Corsair and Marina. Of course, obvious made-up names. No, I did not include I did not want to include this. I didn't want to. I was trying to fight myself, trying not to include it. But then remembered, I did ask, and you might be wondering, oh, it's probably someone who randomly thought of this map, who really enjoys the map. It was a Flareon. Riot suggested this. It was not even, I didn't even know he knew the map. As you can tell, I forgot about the map. Next up is Love Story Taylor's version. Tara and Trey are technically in a similar situation to Mark and Aria and other coaches like the What Makes You Beautiful coaches. They are just names similar to the original artists. But Love Story is unique because Tara is a name like a name that starts with T-A, like Taylor, and Trey is like a similar situation with Travis. If you don't know, Taylor and Travis from the Kansas City Chiefs are dating, or maybe engaged. I don't know about after what happened in the Super Bowl. But also, they are, like, since I decided to give him the name Trey, like, it is to mostly reference Taylor and Travis. And then we have One Thing by One Direction, Beta and Zale. I decided to give these two names they are both names referencing to unique. So, Beta and Zale are like names you don't really encounter that well. But I decided to give them these names because of, well, uniqueness. Also, Zale is like, we rarely have a coach that starts with X. I think the only one that I can think of is Zorgrot from Funky Town, and that's it. And then we obviously had to have the obvious duo of Rasputin and the Bride. I'll talk about this in a moment because I literally put them together thinking, oh, they're not gonna fight because Rasputin and the Bride, like, they're technically canonic. Literally, I can literally enable relationships, but I don't know how to do that. Especially since I have this saved. I'll talk about this in a moment as well. I have this saved, and I do have proof that these tributes, like these teams, do not actually count. Like, I'll show you that in a moment. Because we do have a predetermined winner because it's already saved. Next up is Promiscuous, and I chose Kim and Tim to reference Nelly and Timbaland. Then we got Provenza, which is another recommendation. Similar to Promiscuous. Calypso and Triton, which of course is weird to think about now. Calypso and Triton are technically dating in the game, but I don't know about actual lore-wise, like actual canon. I will say that if I accidentally make an epic reference, it is not intentional because I don't mean to. I don't remember much of. I will say that Nightmare did introduce me to the entire epic thing. It's like she forcefully made me watch the entire epic saga. And of course we got Save Your Tears remix. We featured Traveler and Cianova, which I featured their Rock Your Body and Levitating appearance instead to make it like a little bit unique. I did the same thing with the animations of them dying in the Ariana Grande one, where Tajana kills Cianova and Blythe smashes the Traveler. And then we got Speedy Gonzales, which of course we have P1 and P2. I named P1 Speedy, but I didn't name P2 Cactus. This is actually a name by Hayes BB, who unironically likes the map to Speedy Gonzales, and I decided to include it because she actually commented on the Ariana Grande one saying that Mira is her spirit animal. I will say that if you're watching this, Hayes BB, Cactus is the predetermined winner. I don't know if she's going to win this, but since I have it saved, there's always a predetermined winner. There's always a predetermined winner whenever doing these simulators, which I did learn recently. Cactus is the predetermined winner of the simulator. And then we got The Way, which features Mark and Aria, the return of them, because, again, I feel like it was unfair for them to both die. Aria especially, because Aria... Oh, I am gonna have to show you later. Vampire, which I featured Grace and Ari, the return of them, again. So this is gonna be fun to see what is gonna happen. If anyone is wondering, I'm gonna tell you how many people are returning from previous ones. The only ones that I know are returning are the Save Your Tears remix coaches, the Way coaches, Vampire coaches, and the Bride. Not Rasputin, the Bride. Now this is obviously before I do Just Dance 2. I do have Just Dance 2 set up, but the issue is I'm gonna have to re-record it all. I do want to feature stuff like this, like feature the new names, new events, which I did actually get in, and it does work. So unfortunately, I already know what happens during this first one, so I'm gonna have to. But let me show you I'm going to show you proof why these don't... now, obviously, I said these before. The things do not matter. So, I'm going to press proceed, and I'm going to show you. It's the same exact event, so I already know. The first... one of the first few deaths in the first day... Rasputin sets off an explosive, killing the bride. So that is team kills. So I obviously knew that was not going to work. One of my favorite moments in this is that apparently Liv and Blake get Cactus and Speedy to do stuff with them. Now, of course, I did also obviously change some few. I did add my event. I did add a new event, but I also did add the death message of what I had for the Ariana Grande one because it wasn't featured, sadly. And I'm not going to tell you what it is in case it is for this one, and I do have reasoning why I did this. And Fallen Tributes, and of course, Cactus from Speedy Gonzalez won. It is, of course, the predetermined winner, so we can simulate again and is now no longer saved, which means everything else is now, which means everything is randomized, and let's proceed. Let's actually start out with predictions, because I almost forgot about that. Who do you think is going to predict this? I'm not going to predict this because I didn't want to show you what it is, but I will say that sadly, Corsair, I hate him. In that predetermined one, Arya is always the first one dead because of Corsair. So Corsair is dead to me. I'm going to actually predict... let me think. Who am I going to predict, actually? Let's say Taria. No, not Tara. We're going to do Tara from Love Story. Look, if the Chiefs did not win, I want to at least get the duet having, like, at least one victory. So, one win, because I don't know if Taylor... I didn't even watch the Grammys. I don't know if Taylor Swift even won anything at the Grammys. But like I said, the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl, so we might as well. The bloodbath. As the tribute stands on their podium, the horn sounds. Zell runs away from the cornucopia. Liv finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Corsair scares Kira away from the cornucopia. Rasputin runs away from the cornucopia. Triton rips Blight's mace out of Grace's hands. You knew I had to include that. I'm sorry, I could not help myself with that. Look, okay, if you've not seen the Ariana Grande's Hunger Games, Blythe actually killed 2 people with a mace.
So, why did you want me to come with you?
And I find that hilarious, and I love it about it. Oh my goodness, here's the first death. Haku kills Marina with a sickle. Of course, the first death is ironically the one map I did not want to include, but I had to include it only because I asked Riot to do a profile match with me on Discord. Ari runs away from the cornucopia. Calypso gathers as much food as she can. Arya runs away from the cornucopia. Kim grabs a sword. Speedy runs away from the cornucopia. Blue throws a knife in the Mark's chest. Why is the way having so much difficulty on getting past the first round in the simulator? Because like I said, Arya's the first one dead in the predetermined one. And now Mark's dead in round 1. That is so frustrating. Blessing runs away from the cornucopia. Cygnus stays at the cornucopia for resources. The bride runs away from the cornucopia. Lewis takes a handful of throwing knives. Mita runs away from the cornucopia. The traveler runs away from the cornucopia. Cactus runs away from the cornucopia. Tim runs away from the cornucopia. Trey runs away from the cornucopia. Kingsley takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Cianova runs away from the cornucopia. Lita runs away from the cornucopia. Tara runs away from the cornucopia. And Blake runs away from the cornucopia. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of talking. I had to say runs away from the cornucopia how many times? Day 1! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? This is the first event in day 1. Kira sets off an explosive, killing Blessing, Arya, and Cianova. Why is the way getting screwed over? That's already them both gone. We didn't even make it past the first 2 events, and they're both dead already. Oh my goodness. Kim sprains her ankle while running away from Liv. Blake chases Beta. Speedy attacks Haku, but she manages to escape. Ari receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Triton defeats Cactus in a fight, but spares her life. Oh, I swear, Triton, you did the right decision, because I feel like every Hates BB fan would have actually been mad at you and always have chose Calypso in Provenza. The Traveler camouflages himself in the bushes. Kingsley, Rasputin, Trey, Grace, and the Bride hunt for other tributes. Lewis discovers a river. Cygnus camouflages himself in the bushes. Dale sets off an explosive, killing Tara.
A few moments later.
You know what? I just want to admit it. What Makes You Beautiful is my favorite One Direction song from Just Dance 4. I just want to admit it. Like, you know what? I actually like it. I like that one more than one thing. Like, none of the three has done anything to me. Did anything to make me despise them. Tim and Calypso work together to drown Bo Blue.
Drown, bitch. Drown.
Oh, he's not going to be seen for a long time now because he's going to camouflage in that water because water most of the time you could see is blue. Even though it's clear, you could still see it most of the time. Lita hunts for other tributes, and Corsair makes a slingshot. 7 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Marina from Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini. Mark from The Way. Blessing from Calm Down. Aria from The Way. Cianova from Save Your Tears Remix. Tara from Love Story Taylor's version. And Bo Blue from I'm Good Blue. So the only ones that has one left is Calm Down, I'm Good Blue, Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini, Love Story Taylor's version, Save Your Tears Remix, and that's it. All the other ones have duets. All duets there. Except for The Way, which is sadly eliminated first, which is so frustrating. Night 1. You know how I said I had to censor something because Maroon decided to do it? Yeah, I had to change that as well. So, Cygnus casts Death Spell.
I cast Death Spell.
I love that so much. And I like that. Hi, Editor Green here, and it came to my attention that I did not even tell you that I had to change this event. So this original event was player cannot handle the circumstances and commits that word. And of course I had to change the group one because that word is not really safe for YouTube, and I had to replace it with player casts Death Spell, which is basically them dying in the most unique way possible. And I say unique way possible, well, you'll see later. He just finishes making the city, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I don't think Lita needs me anymore. I shall cast Death Spell. Rasputin, Lita, Ari, Grace, and Blake sleep in shifts. Tim and the Bride tell stories about themselves to each other. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, Tim, why did you ask the Bride about the story of her life with Rasputin? Corsair receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. I don't think a seahorse needs that. Lewis, Cactus, and the Traveler sleep in shifts. Brighton receives food from an unknown sponsor. Beta and Liv hold hands. Speedy and Kingsley tell stories about themselves to each other. Kira receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Kim quietly hums. Haku, Calypso, and Zeo cheerfully sing songs together. Trey receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Day 2! Zale discovers a river. Corsair steals from Lita while she isn't looking. Calypso, why are you an idiot? Calypso casts Death Spell.
I cast Death Spell.
What is happening? Why are the coaches committing Death Spell? Cactus, Kingsley, Grace, and Lewis hunt for other tributes. Beta and Triton split up to search for resources. Tim is pricked by thorns while picking berries. The Traveler tries to sleep through the entire day. Trey practices his archery. The Bride, Speedy, and Liv hunt for other tributes. Kira and Rasputin dance to My Heart Will Go On. Don't worry, none of them are dead. I just liked including that because it feels like it would actually somehow work out in the simulator. It feels hilarious. I'll be laughing if we got one with both of the tributes who are still left, like the entire tribute that is left alive. Haku and Blake work together for the day. Ari hunts for other tributes. Kim receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Cygnus from In Your Eyes Remix. And Calypso from Provenza. That also means In Your Eyes now has Team In Your Eyes only has one person left, and of course that means Provenza only has one person left as well. Night 2. The Traveler receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Grace is awoken by nightmares. Tim receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Ari receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Triton looks at the night sky. Lewis and Rasputin track down and kill Corsair. Oh my goodness. I do have a random question. Can we have Chandelier on Just Dance Plus, please? I want to dance to that a lot now. Even though I don't know the moves that well. Also, good job Rasputin for killing the seahorse. Oh my goodness. The only seahorse I really care about is only Kingdra. And that's it. Blake tries to treat his infection. Kingsley, Kira, Kim, Lita, and Beta sleep in shifts. Trey tracks down and kills Haku. Oh my goodness. Okay. Trey, thank you for doing that. Thank you. Zale tends to Speedy's wounds. Cactus receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Who wants to predict that that is Hates BB who did that? Liv thinks about home. The bride thinks about home. Oh, okay. They're both thinking about home. Day 3. Kira receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Trey injures himself. Blake practices his archery. Speedy receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Kim tries to spear fish with a trident. Grace practices her archery. Triton tends to Lewis's wounds. Beta, Rasputin, Liv, Kingsley, and Lita hunt for other tributes. Cactus kills the traveler with a sickle. Oh my goodness. That is impressive. Oh my goodness. Hold on, I do have a random question. Was Cactus one of the people who the Traveler rejected? If so, Cactus got her revenge as well. The bride fishes. Ari receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Tim sees smoke rising in the distance but does not investigate. Zale receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Corsair from Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini. Haku from I'm Good Blue. And the Traveler from Save Your Tears Remix. That means I'm Good Blue, Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini, and Save Your Tears Remix are all dead. Their team is eliminated. Bye-bye. Night 3! Kira, Tim, Blake, and Liv tell ghost stories to each other to lighten the mood. I read that definitely wrong. Beta and Lita. Beta lets Lita into her shelter. That is a tongue twister right there, because multiple times I accidentally said and trying to record that scene correctly. Lewis begs for Grace to kill him. She refuses, keeping Lewis alive. The bride attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Kim, Rasputin, Zale, and Trey sleep in shifts. No, Kingsley, you did not just do this. Kingsley bashes Cactus's head with Blight's mace. Are you kidding me? Kingsley, out of all the coaches to do it, I was expecting one of the most popular coaches to do it. Not Kingsley, from one of the most broken maps of 2024. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Oh no. The entire internet, the entire Hayes BB fandom. If you're watching this and you're a fan of Hayes BB's content, you're probably not going to do Calm Down again, are you? Or you're just going to play as Blessing. Is that what's going to happen? Speedy sets up camp for the night. At least Speedy is still alive. Triton loses sight of where he is. Ari receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Day 4! Beta bashes Zale's head against a rock several times. See what I mean that they don't matter? Beta killed her boyfriend in the simulator. Oh my goodness. Apparently Zale was not the one thing that Beta was looking for. I'm gonna show myself out. I'm showing myself out. I'll see everyone later. Kim makes a wooden spear. Blake, Ari, Liv, and Kira hunt for other tributes. Grace collects fruit from a tree. Speedy sets off an explosive, killing Lewis. Oh my goodness. At least Speedy's still alive. I don't know how the fandom feels about I don't know how Hates BB's fandom feels about P1 of Speedy Gonzalez. But hey, at least he could avenge he could avenge Cactus. You don't know. Kingsley and Triton dance to My Heart Will Go On. Okay, that is wholesome. Until something not very wholesome. Rasputin throws a knife into Trey's chest. Rasputin is a menace to society, I feel like. Lita runs away from Tim. The bride injures herself. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Cactus from Speedy Gonzalez. Zale from One Thing. Lewis from Chandelier. And Trey from Love Story, Taylor's version. So now we have Love Story all gone. Cactus, oh no, and Chandelier now both also have one person left. Oh no. I feel like every Cactus fan might be cheering for Speedy now because Speedy's left on his team. Night 4! The bride stabs Tim with a tree branch. I'm going to say this in the words of basically every single elder that I feel like I've ever seen say this. If he wasn't on that clam phone, he would have not died. Speedy and Triton tell stories about themselves to each other. Kim is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Ari receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Kingsley, Grace, and Lita discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Beta sets an explosive off, killing Kira, Liv, Blake, and Rasputin.
Such a peaceful night.
What's that noise?
Well, fuck.
Oh no. Beta needs to go. Beta. She took out an entire faction, Liv and Blake. Oh my goodness. And Rasputin as well. Oh no. This is not great.
The feast! The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes' families.
Kingsley catches Lita off guard and kills her. Nom, nom, nom. Nom, nom. Kingsley, you need to go. Kingsley needs to go. Speedy does not go to the feast. Good call, Speedy. Beta, Ari, and Grace get into a fight. Grace triumphantly kills them both. Oh no.
You made me kill my girlfriend.
Let's just be real. This might be, she was probably trying to kill Beta and did not realize, that she accidentally killed Ari. They both have pink hair, so maybe that's an issue. Who knows? This is not looking great, is it? Triton and the bride get into a fight over raw meat, but the bride gives up and runs away. Kim decides not to go to the feast.
Day 5.
Grace taints Kim's food, killing her.
Here you go, Kim.
Thank you, Grace.
Nom, 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 nom.
Every single time. Okay. Alright. The bride attacks Speedy, but he manages to escape. Okay, at least Speedy escaped. If Speedy was killed, I feel like everyone would be mad at the bride. Kingsley catches Triton off guard and kills him.
I was lost till you left.
Oh my goodness. What did I say? Kingsley needs to be stopped. The arena event in the same exact day. Are you kidding me?
Arena event. A flock of inflatable flamingos enters the arena.
Yes, I had to reference Riot's theory video. I had to do it. The bride survives. Speedy is taken to a lake by some flamingos after singing Whenever, Wherever. He forgot there was a Woolies version. Oh my goodness. Speedy, you need to do your research. Even though you've not been on Just Dance Plus, you do need to do your research. Make sure you do that. Because, you know, flamingos hate when you sing Whenever, Wherever, because they always assume you're talking about Woolies version, not the classic. Look, Riot's thing is literally he thought that the flamingos are working for Zooby-Doo. We gotta have to include that. Kingsley survives. Grace is teamed up against a horde of flamingos after trashing Zooby-Doo. See what I mean? I had to reference it.
Oh, flamingos. Zooby-Doo sucks ass.
Pulling trip, 12 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Tim from Promiscuous, Kira from Chandelier, Liv from Bring Me to Life, Blake from Bring Me to Life, Rasputin from Payphone, Lita from In Your Eyes Remix, Beta from One Thing, Ari from Vampires, Kim from Promiscuous, Triton from Provenza, Speedy from Speedy Gonzalez, and Grace from Vampire. Now, how many people is that dead? Bring Me to Life is completely down. Chandelier is completely dead. In Your Eyes is completely dead. One Thing is completely dead. Payphone now only has one person. Promiscuous is completely dead. Provenza is completely dead. Save Your Tears, that's already been dead. Speedy Gonzalez is now completely dead, and Vampire is now completely dead. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh wait, there's only 2 people left. I just already spoiled it for myself. There's only 2 people left. Kingsley and the bride. Okay. Who do you think's gonna win this? Because I already know who's gonna win this.
Night 5.
Kingsley attempts to climb a tree, but falls to his death. Look, everyone. That means the winner is the bride from Hot and Cold, Payphone. Those two teams together. Let's go. Finally, my prediction from the Just Dance 1 Hunger Games came true. The bride is the winner from Payphone, everyone. We can actually be happy that it wasn't Kingsley. Let's go. Of course, I do want to say 18th place. Oh my goodness. Oh, she did worse than Hates BB's video. Oh, that is... Oh, no. Now, wait, which coach did I hate now? Who did it? Zale. Okay, yeah, I don't like One Thing anymore. So, last place was sadly The Way, yet again. And Beta, from One Thing, has actually killed the most people. That is going to do it, everyone. If you all enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a nice day.